Most people will waste their weekends, not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because nobody ever told them that a weekend is actually worth something. Right now, you probably think of your weekend as a break. You feel like it's the 2 days where nothing really counts. You feel like real life pauses until Monday, but the uncomfortable truth is that your weekends are still your life. They're not a pause button. And the scary part is, by the time people realize that, hundreds of weekends are already gone. Let me explain something. When people hear "stop wasting your weekend," they think it means cramming Saturday and Sunday full of productivity, waking up at 6 a.m. and grinding for 16 hours straight. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is awareness. Because right now, most people spend their weekends on autopilot. Sleep till noon, scroll, eat, scroll again, watch something, go to bed, wake up Monday, and wonder where it went. Here's the reality most people won't tell you. Your weekends are some of the only large blocks of free time you get. Nobody's making you go anywhere. Nobody's telling you what to do, which means you have something most adults would love to have. 2 full days every single week that belong entirely to you. And that kind of freedom, when you're young, is rare. But most people trade it away for dead scrolling, mindless content, and hours you won't even remember by Tuesday. And I'm not saying rest is bad. Everyone needs to relax. Sleeping in is fine. The problem is when the entire weekend disappears into it and nothing else happens. Let me give you an example. If you just spent 3 hours every weekend actually building something, a skill, a project, your body, anything, that's over 150 hours a year. Do that through your teenage years and you're looking at hundreds of hours that most people simply let disappear. Not because you're gifted, not because you're more talented, just because you actually use the time that everyone else let evaporate. But here's the problem, most people never start. They say things like, "I'll relax this weekend and lock in next weekend." Then next weekend becomes the same thing. And the truth is, the way you spend your weekends now becomes the way you spend your free time for the rest of your life. If you build the habit of using downtime now, you'll have it later. If you build the habit of numbing out, you'll have that too. And listen, your weekends aren't supposed to be perfect. You're allowed to do nothing sometimes. You're allowed to just rest. That's normal. What isn't normal is doing nothing every single weekend and wondering why the year felt like it slipped through your hands. Because these 2 days, every week, are quietly building who you become. Not the big dramatic moments, but the small choices nobody's watching. What you do Saturday afternoon when nobody would even know if you skipped it. That's the actual difference between people who look back and feel proud and people who look back and just feel tired. And most people watching this will do nothing different this weekend. They'll nod, think, "Yeah, that's true," and go right back to the same scroll and sleep cycle tomorrow. That's just what happens. But if even a few of you decide to use this Saturday differently, this video did its job, because a weekend isn't something you get back. There's no replay button on it. One day you'll look back at hundreds of them and ask yourself one simple question. Did I waste them or did I use them? Because that choice gets made again in 2 days.